Hey there! Here's the nail polishes I wore in January and some comparisons as well. On the third day of the new year, I picked Land of Sweets as my first nail polish of the year because I still had some holiday vibes. It's my favorite red shade and this formula is really nice and pigmented. Not a Bon Couture, but almost. Sadly, for some reason Catrice did a little bit dirty to this holiday collection because they used this old school brush. Anyway, the next day I put Crystal on the top of it from Hansen, and worth to note that the top coat is slightly mattifying. At least Land of Sweets on its own were more glossy than after I applied Crystal. Maybe because of the brush, but the first similar nail polish I could think of was Red-ical Rockstar from Hansen. If you want a good brush, Ready to Go from Essence, also similar, however, the formula is somewhat thinner. And the best for last, Rock the Runway from Essie. I heard this is one of their best-selling shades. Just a little fun fact. Then I was feeling the metallic shades, so the next many is a combination of Artificial Pinktelligence from Essence and Skyfi from Hansen. Now, the pink is thinner than Skyfi, so I started with that. Beautiful color, reminds me of OPI Cyborn Again. I use Skyfi for, can you call this a nail art? I mean, I wanted to include this gorgeous polish, but I was also lazy, so I drew randomly here and there. I grabbed a French Manit stencil, that was my so-called effort, and yes, I reused it. I'm not a nail salon and I wasn't feeling fancy. As for Skyfi, definitely a Bon Couture, and to be honest, Sally Hansen's color foil line is a whole different class than metallic nail polishes usually. I don't know, it just hits different, you know? Not very streaky, Bon Coutures, good for nail art because it's pigmented. Not thin or runny, I'm totally fangirling over it. But the price of the pigmentation is the staining. Make sure you use a base coat and a kicker coat as well. And I would still recommend 1 or 2 days mani with this line unless you don't give a damn about the nail stain. Cause in that case, rock it as long as you want it. Then I went back to my basics, which is glitters. Oh yeah. Sadly, I don't have a footage of this because I was watching some animation and kind of forgot to record it, sorry. But this is just glitter. Namely, Bold Gold from Catrice's somewhat tragic collection called My Jewels, My Rules, which had a eyeshadow palette, a highlighter, 4 or 5 shades of lip glosses, 4 shades of nail polishes, and the rest I don't remember. The reason I said tragic collection, it's because a lot of people complained of the lack of the pigmentation in the eyeshadows and the patchiness of the nail polishes. As for the creams, I have 2, but so far I only used 1, which is called Lime Divine, I guess. Lime Drive, something with D. It's true that it isn't very good at self-leveling comparing to the regular line from Catrice, and they topped that with an old school brush as well. So I understand why people complained. My experience is you can make it work. The question is it worth it to you? To be fair, Bold Gold was the only one I bought for the full price. I was like, glitters are hard to mess up, so it's a safe choice. It has small and fine glitters, very yellow gold and silver glitters with a clear base, so you can use it on its own or as a topper. The next is Spread the Sparkle from Essence. This is basically Essence's version of Party Animal. Truly, the only difference between the two is the shade, a very, very small difference. Party Animal is a rose goldy with a touch of silver, while Spread the Sparkle giving sparkly brick color-wise, but the formula is the same and it can be a Bon Couture. After all these, I had Glassy Ice for the weekend. I had Touch Up from Essie on my winter list in case I need a palette cleanser, but maybe because of the snow, I was vibing with Glassy Ice. I also swatched Crystal and Pink Ventures on the top of it, just out of curiosity, but I think with Pink Ventures you have a nice laid-back girly pink combo. Then I had Sporty Animal. I'm telling you, you have to be obsessed with these brands to be able to tell the difference. But both are available at the moment. Sporty Animal is part of Catrice's regular line, so it won't go anywhere. And Spread the Sparkle was part of Essence's fall-winter update, so probably it will be discontinued later this year. And the last polish of the month was Tempted with Envy from Essie. This is from the Snow White collection. So I never watched the new movie. The promotion was a pure disaster. So I was like, nope. But that didn't stop me buying 3 polishes from the collection. If I could pick just one, I would have go with the red. But I had some time to struggle in the store. So after 5 minutes, I decided I am going to buy the purple with the red. The bottle was between the purple and the green, by the way. And the third color ended up being the blue because I was not willing to buy that for the full price tag. And my hunch was right. I got that later and 50% off. Still a disappointment, but at least for half of the price. Now, Tempted with Envy is a 2 coats needed nail polish with a purple base and colorful glitters, mainly red and blue. For comparison, I picked Miss Sporty's 06. This is a more cool tone purple, but with colorful glitters. And I think Amethyst from Rimmel is close to it as well, but that formula is questionable. At least mine is weird. Dries slowly, smells like... I don't even know. But it doesn't smell like the nail polishes I'm used to. And I'm talking about drugstore polishes. So trust me, something is just off with that one. If you already have it, fine. But if you are about to buy one of these, go with Tempted with Envy. Or if you don't want to pay that much, Miss Sporty is a good alternative. Alright, I hope you found something you liked in this month. I like to compare nail polishes, so I thought I include some of that from now on. I think it can be helpful. Thanks for watching and see you next time next week.